Captain Isaac Biddlecomb steadied his telescope against the backstay of the armed brig Charlemagne and fixed the distant topsails in the lens. The ship he was watching was just visible at the southern end of Narragansett Bay, and he imagined that she had just cleared out of Newport. He considered for a moment the clarity of the air that allowed him to see that far, even with a glass. He would expect such fine visibility in Rhode Island during the winter. For mid-July it was exceptional. Through the lens he watched the topsails turn and flutter as the vessel came about on a new tack. He had seen those topsails in the daylight only once before. Still, he was in no doubt as to which ship they belonged. She was, on that particular summer day in 1775, the most powerful ship within 100 miles. She was a British frigate, the Rose, of 20 guns, Captain James Wallace commanding. She was the enemy. Isaac Biddlecomb was a few months into his 29th year, having spent the past 16 of those years as a merchant seaman. Of those 16 years at sea, he had served as a ship's captain for the last 5, a successful merchant captain with a reputation for fiscal cunning. Still, he was not a man who stood out in a crowd. His height was an unremarkable 5 foot 10 inches, not fat, though certainly not thin, dark brown hair tied in a queue and hanging down just past his shoulders. It was only on the quarterdeck, on the captain's stage, the weather side, that he became more than just another sailor. He stood there now, hands clasping a telescope behind his back, a well-worn cocked hat pushed down over his head. In grudging deference to his current attachment to the fledgling Rhode Island naval force, he wore a long blue coat over a passably new waistcoat and white breeches, not a uniform by any stretch, but clothing more formal than he would have worn on the quarterdeck of a merchant ship under his command. He hooked a finger under his neckcloth and tugged at it with mounting irritation. Around and about him the crew of the Charlemagne were engaged in the chaos of setting sail and clearing for action. The smell of fresh paint, tar, new running rigging, and canvas overpowered any scent from the brackish water or the shore. This was hardly surprising. The Charlemagne was a brand-new vessel. Only yesterday they had crossed the last of the new man-of-war-style yards with the sails, cut navy fashion, bent on.